Question 1. A complaint can be lodged in relation to any goods or services in the following circumstances. Option A. Loss or damage suffered on account of unfair trade practice. Option B. The goods suffer from one or more defects. Option C. The services suffer from deficiency in any respect. Option D. All the above. Answer D. All the above. Question 2. A complaints under the Consumer Protection Act can be lodged by Option A. Consumer himself or one or more consumers having common interest. Option B. A recognized consumer association. Option C. The central of state government. Option D. Any of the above. Answer D. Any of the above. Question 3. What is the limitation period in which a complaint can be filed with any of the forums? Option A. 2 years from the date of cause of action. Option B. 1 years from the date of cause of action. Option C. 6 months from the date of cause of action. Option D. 3 months from the date of cause of action. Answer A. 2 years from the date of cause of action. Question 4. In how many days the opposite party can give the version of the case? Option A. 7 days. Option B. 15 days. Option C. 30 days. Option D. No such time limit. Answer C. 30 days. Question 5. In how many days laboratory should submit its report regarding the defect of the goods? Option A. 55 days. Option B. 60 days. Option C. 75 days. Option D. 90 days. Answer A. 55 days. Question 6. A bearer instrument is negotiated by I. Mere delivery. 2. Endorsement required. Option A. Only. I. Option B. Only. 2. Option C. Either. I. Or. 2. Option D. Neither. I. Nor. 2. Answer A. Only. I. Question 7. What kind of instructions the forum can issue to the opposite party? Option A. To remove the defect of the goods. Option B. To replace the goods with new goods which shall be free from defect. Option C. To return to the complaint the price of goods or charges for SEISs. Option D. Any one of the above. Answer D. Any one of the above. Question 8. Which of the following instruction the forum is not authorized to issue in case of defects or deficiency in service? Option A. To return the defected goods along with addition new goods free of cost. Option B. To pay compensation for any loss or injury suffered by the consumer. Option C. To discontinue the unfair trade practice. Option D. To provide for adequate costs to the parties. Answer A. To return the defected goods along with addition new goods free of cost. Question 9. Memorandum and articles of any company are available for inspection in Option A. The printing press where they are printed. Option B. SEBI. Option C. On the notice board of companies. Option D. Office of the Registrar of Companies. Answer D. Office of the Registrar of Companies. Question 10. Reserve Bank was constituted under Option A. BR Act. Option B. RBI Act. Option C. Companies Act. Option D. None of these. Answer B. RBI Act. Question 11. A regional rural bank is Option A. A body corporate created under a special statute. Option B. A cooperative society. Option C. A private bank. Option D. None of these. Answer A. A body corporate created under a special statute. Question 12. Banks' investment in equity shares, preference shares eligible for capital status, subordinated debt instruments, hybrid debt capital instruments issued by other banks should not exceed % of the investing bank's capital funds, Tier I plus Tier 2. Option A 5%. Option B 10%. Option C 15%. Option D 20%. Answer B 10%. Question 13. What can be the min and max denomination of banknotes under the provisions of RBI Act? Option A. Rs 1 to 1000 rupees. Option B. Rs 2 to 1000 rupees. Option C. Rs 2 to 10,000 rupees. Option D. Rs 10 to 10,000 rupees. Answer C. Rs 2 to 10,000 rupees. Question 14. To take care of temporary liquidity problems of central and state government, what kind of loan is given by RBI? Option A. Treasury bills. Option B. Dated securities. Option C. Short duration bonds. Option D. Ways and means advances. Answer D. Ways and means advances. Question 15. Who exercises the main administrative control over the functioning of cooperative banks? Option A. RBI. Option B. NABARD. Option C. Central government through coup debt. Option D. State government through Registrar of COP Societies. Answer D. State government through Registrar of COP Societies. Question 16. Central government can give directions to RBI in public interest after consulting. Option A. Central Board of RBI. Option B. RBI Governor. Option C. President of India. Option D. Finance Secretary. Answer B. RBI Governor. Question 17. Acceptance of deposits by non-banking financial bodies and companies is regulated by which of the following? Option A. SEBI and RBI. Option B. RBI and Government. Option C. Registrar of Companies and SEBI. Option D. Stock Exchange and SEBI. Answer B. RBI and Government. Question 18. In which of the following areas RBI can't issue directions to bank? Option A. Interest rate on deposit. Option B. Interest rate on advances. Option C. Margin on bank loans. Option D. None of the above. Answer D. None of the above. Question 19. Who should maintain the index of register of charges as per the Companies Act? Option A. Registrar of Companies. Option B. Lending Bank. Option C. Creditor. Option D. Debtor Company. Answer A. Registrar of Companies. Question 20. Banking companies are licensed by. Option A. Reserve Bank. Option B. Registrar of Companies. Option C. Company Law Board. Option D. None of these. Answer A. Reserve Bank. Question 21. Business which a banking company may undertake other than banking is as stipulated by. Option A. Reserve Bank. Option B. BR Act. Option C. RBI Act. Option D. None of these. Answer. B. BR Act. Question 22. BR Act was enacted for regulating acceptance of deposits from public. Option A. Regulating banking companies. Option B. Creating Reserve Bank. Option C. Creating RRBs. Option D. None of these. Answer. A. Regulating banking companies. Question 23. Casual vacancies in the board of directors is filled in by the option A. Promoters. Option B. Underwriters. Option C. Shareholders. Option D. Board of directors. Answer. D. Board of directors. Question 24. A person resident in India in the preceding in India for more than days in the preceding financial year. Option A. 180. Option B. 182. Option C. 60. Option D. 62. Answer. B. 182. Question 25. An adjudicating authority can inquire contravention under FEMA only if a complaint is filed by option A. RBI. Option B. High Court. Option C. Special Director, Appeals. Option D. Central Government. Answer. D. Central Government. Question 26. Goods means goods identified and agreed upon at the time a contract of sale is made. Option A. Future. Option B. Specific. Option C. Movable. Option D. Immovable. Answer. B. Specific. Question 27. When a person by his words or conduct appoints someone as his agent, it is known as agency by option A. Promise. Option B. Conduct. Option C. Estoppel. Option D. Action. Answer. C. Estoppel. Question 28. If the stipulation agreed to between the parties is essential to the main purpose of the contract, then such a stipulation is known as a option A. Condition. Option B. Warranty. Option C. Implied condition. Option D. Guarantee. Answer. A. Condition. Question 29. An endorsement which restricts further right of negotiation is not called as I. Facultative endorsement. 2. Restrictive endorsement. 3. Conditional endorsement. Option A. Only, I, and 2. Option B. Only, I, and 3. Option C. Only, 2, and 3. Option D. I, 2, and 3. Answer. B. Only, I, and 3. Question 30. The maximum number of directors in a public company can be option A.3. Option B.7. Option C.12. Option D.15. Answer. C.12. Question 31. Cooperative bank operating in different states are regulated by option A. State Cooperative Societies Act. Option B. Multi-Unit Cooperative Societies Act. Option C. Banking Laws, Application to Cooperative Societies Act. Option D. None of these. Answer. B. Multi-Unit Cooperative Societies Act. Question 32. Government can exempt a bank from provision of BR Act. Option A. On the recommendation of RBI. Option B. Whenever the government is satisfied. Option C. If requested by a bank. Option D. None of these. Answer A. On the recommendation of RBI. Question 33, which of the following statements is correct? Option A. The secured creditor can take possession of asset 60 days after giving notice. Option B. The asset can be sold or transferred. Option C. It is mandatory for district magistrate to take possession of asset once written request is received from secured creditor. Option D. All the above. Answer D. All the above. Question 34, what is the procedure of acquiring a secured movable asset? Option A. The authorized officer of secured creditor shall prepare a penchnama. Option B. The penchnama should be witnessed by two persons. Option C. If the property is subject to natural decay, the authorized person may sell it at once. Option D. All the above. Answer D. All the above. Question 35, what is process of valuation of movable secured assets? Option A. The authorized officer shall obtain estimated value of asset. Option B. Officer can fix reserve price of asset to be sold. Option C. The borrower need not be involved in the process of valuation. Option D. All the above. Answer D. All the above. Question 36, the movable asset can be sold. Option A. Obtaining quotations from interested buyers. Option B. Inviting tenders. Option C. Holding public action. Option D. Any of the above. Answer D. Any of the above. Question 37, how many days notice is required to be given to borrower for sale of movable secured asset? Option A. 30 days. Option B. 15 days. Option C. 7 days. Option D. 3 day. Answer A. 30 days. Question 38, which of the following are the steps for taking over a movable secured asset? Option A. The authorized person shall take possession by delivering possession notice to the borrower. Option B. A copy of the possession notice shall be affixed on the outdoor of the property. Option C. The possession receipt is also required to be published in 2 leading newspapers locally. Option D. All the above. Answer D. All the above. Question 39, which of the following statements is correct regarding valuation of a movable secured asset? Option A. Authorized officer will obtain estimated value from the approved valuer. Option B. The borrower need not involved in the valuation process. Option C. Valuation by approved valuer and fixing of reserve price is mandatory in case of immovable assets. Option D. All the above. Answer D. All the above. Question 40, drawee of a check is I. An A/C holder, 2. Always a banker. Option A. Only, I. Option B. Only, 2. Option C. Either, I, or, 2. Option D. Neither, I, nor, 2. Answer B. Only, 2. Question 41, what are the provisions of depositing 75% amount by the borrower while submitting appeal? Option A. No appeal will be entertained unless 75% of the amount is not deposited. Option B. DRT and waive or reduce the amount required to be deposited. Option C. The amount will include installments which were not due. Option D. All the above. Answer D. All the above. Question 42, the essential features of pay-through certificates are Option A. It involves specific sale of asset cash flow to SPV. Option B. The SPV issues pay-through certificates to the investors. Option C. The cash is collected by the SPV from the borrower and then distributed. Option D. The cash is collected by the SPV from the borrower and then distributed to certificate holders. Answer D. The cash is collected by the SPV from the borrower and then distributed to certificate holders. Question 43. Which of the following is the important provision in respect of immovable property which is subject to encumbrances? Option A. The secured creditor shall vest in the transferee all the right as if the transfer had been made by the borrower. Option B. All encumbrances known to secured creditor must be disclosed in the advertisement. Option C. The authorized officer may allow the purchaser to deposit with him the money required to discharge the encumbrances. Option D. All the above. Answer D. All the above. Question 44. What are the provisions for appointment of manager for secured assets? Option A. The board of directors of secured creditor may appoint a manager in consultation with the borrower to manage secure assets. Option B. The manager will be deemed to be an agent of borrower. Option C. The borrower solely would be responsible for the acts of manager. Option D. All the above. Answer D. All the above. Question 45. Which of the following are the powers of manager? Option A. To recover any money from any person who has acquired secured asset from the borrower. Option B. Such amount should become due or may become due in future. Option C. The manager will give valid discharge to person making payment as if the payment has been made to the borrower. Option D. All the above. Answer D. All the above. Question 46. The securitization company can acquire financial assets from banks in the following manner. Option A. By issuing debenture or bonds. Option B. By entering into an arrangement with the bank/financial institution. Option C. A. Or B. Option D. A. and B. Answer C. A. or B. Question 47. What is the role of qualified institution buyers in the securitization process? Option A. The qualified investors would invest in the financial asset scheme. Option B. The securitized company issues security receipts to qualified investors. Option C. The security receipt represents undivided interest in the financial asset. Option D. The securitized company will realize financial assets and redeem the investment. Answer A. The qualified investors would invest in the financial asset scheme. Question 48. Letter of credit where in addition to advance payment, the beneficiary is entitled to payment of storage charges is called. Option A. LC. Option B. Red clause credit. Option C. Yellow clause credit. Option D. Green clause credit. Answer D. Green clause credit. Question 49. Can a customer from whose account fraudulently someone has withdrawn money make complaint before the banking ombudsman? Option A. No, as the offense committed is of criminal nature with police has to be filed. Option B. Yes, but if the police authorities who have received permit filing of complaint with ombudsman. Option C. Yes, as this aspect comes under the powers of banking ombudsman. Option D. No, as the loss caused to the customer is of a civil nature for recovery, civil suit is required to be filed. Answer C. Yes, as this aspect comes under the powers of banking ombudsman. Question 50. Once the dispute before the banking ombudsman is referred to arbitration, can new claim or counterclaim be made? Option A. No, as the reference on the issues has already been made. Option B. Yes, provided the claim and counterclaim are within the terms of reference. Option C. Yes, provided additional stamp duty is paid thereon. Option D. No, because arbitration is by mutual consent, so stage of claim and counterclaim does not arise. Answer B. Yes, provided the claim and counterclaim are within the terms of reference. Question 51, Section 5, B, of Act gives the definition of the term banking. Option A. Contract Act. Option B. Negotiable Instruments Act. Option C. Banking Regulation Act. Option D. Transfer of Property Act. Answer C. Banking Regulation Act. Question 52, Principal functions of the bank are. Option A. Dispatch of statements. Option B. Adjustment of interoffice transactions. Option C. Clearing. Option D. Acceptance of deposits for lending and investment. Answer D. Acceptance of deposits for lending and investment. Question 53, in case of safe custody of articles, relation between bank and customer is bank and customer. Option A. Agent, principal. Option B. Lessor, lessee. Option C. Bailor, bailee. Option D. Debtor, creditor. Answer C. Bailor, bailee. Question 54, line is A/N of the creditor to retain possession. Option A. Obligation. Option B. Right. Option C. Interest. Option D. Protection. Answer B. Right. Question 55, the State Bank of India is a constituted under the State Bank of India Act. Option A. Banking company. Option B. Body corporate. Option C. Society. Option D. None of the above. Answer B. Body corporate. Question 56, the chairman of the State Bank is appointed by, in consultation with the Reserve Bank. Option A. The Central Board. Option B. Banking Services Recruitment Board. Option C. Central Government. Option D. None of the above. Answer C. Central Government. Question 57, State Bank has to act as and carry out central government business. Option A. And other business entrusted by the Reserve Bank. Option B. Agent of Reserve Bank. Option C. Agent of central government. Option D. Advisor to the central government. Answer B. Agent of Reserve Bank. Question 58, the provision of the are applicable to State Bank as stipulated in Section 51 of the BR Act. Option A. RBI Act. Option B. Banking Regulation Act. Option C. Companies Act. Option D. None of the above. Answer B. Banking Regulation Act. Question 59, whereas general lien gives right to retain goods, banker's lien has, in case of default. Option A. Right to create charge. Option B. Right to create mortgage. Option C. Right to sell. Option D. None of these. Answer C. Right to sell. Question 60, in a deposit account the principal relation between bank and customer is bank and the customer. Option A. Agent, principal. Option. B. Lessor, lessee. Option. C. Creditor, debtor. Option. D. Debtor, creditor. Answer. D. Debtor, creditor. Question 61. Crossing is a direction to the bank to pay the check to the payee through a bank. Option. A. Drawer. Option. B. Payee. Option. C. Paying. Option. D. Collecting. Answer. C. Paying. Question 62. When a check is drawn on a bank is called the option. A. Drawer. Option. B. Endorser. Option. C. Acceptor. Option. D. Drawee. Answer. D. Drawee. Question 63. Who implemented the Banking Ombudsman Scheme? Option. A. Indian Bank Association. Option. B. Reserve Bank of India. Option. C. National Institute of Bank Management. Option. D. National Consumer Commission. Answer. B. Reserve Bank of India. Question 64. What is the tenure of Banking Ombudsman? Option. A.1 years. Option. B.3 years. Option. C.5 years. Option. D. No such time limit. Answer. B.3 years. Question 65. What kind of complaint can be lodged with the Banking Ombudsman? Option. A. Delay in collection of checks. Option. B. Deficiency in cash transaction. Option. C. Non-issue of demand drafts. Option. D. All the above. Answer. D. All the above. Question 66. What is the limit for a bank to dispose customers' complaints? Option. A.1 month. Option. B.2 months. Option. C.3 months. Option. D.6 months. Answer. B.2 months. Question 67. The acceptance of recommendations of the Banking Ombudsman should be conveyed by the bank within. Option. A.7 days. Option. B.15 days. Option. C.21 days. Option. D.1 month. Answer. D.1 month. Question 68. Lock adalats are organized by. Option. A. District/State Authority. Option. B. Supreme Court Legal Services Committee. Option. C. High Court Legal Services Committee. Option. D. Answer. D. All of these. Question 69. Spurious goods and services means. Option. A. Genuine goods and services. Option. B. Not genuine goods and services. Option. C. Claim to be genuine but not actually so. Option. D. None of the above. Answer. C. Claim to be genuine but not actually so. Question 70. Civil disputes up to Rs. Can be settled under lock adalats. Option. A.5 locks. Option. B.10 locks. Option. C.15 locks. Option. D.20 locks. Answer. D.20 locks. Question 71. The crossing in a cross check can be cancelled by. Option. A. Drawer. Option. B. Endorser. Option. C. Acceptor. Option. D. Drawee. Answer. A. Drawer. Question 72. A banker on whom a check is drawn by customer is. Option. A. Collecting banker. Option B. Paying banker. Option C. Advising banker. Option D. Confirming banking. Answer B. Paying banker. Question 73. A banker who collects a check for and on behalf of his customer is. Option A. Collecting banker. Option B. Paying banker. Option C. Advising banker. Option D. Confirming banking. Answer A. Collecting banker. Question 74. Section 131 of NI Acts extends protection to the. Option A. Collecting banker. Option B. Paying banker. Option C. Advising banker. Option D. Confirming banking. Answer A. Collecting banker. Question 75. On sale of security asset, the sale proceeds are appropriated firstly. Option A. Towards satisfaction of dues of secured creditor. Option B. Towards payment of dues of labor. Option C. Towards payment of cost, charges and expenses for preservation and protection of securities, insurance premiums, etc. Option D. Towards payment of legal costs incurred by the creditor for taking possession and for effecting sale. Answer C. Towards payment of cost, charges and expenses for preservation and protection of securities, insurance premiums, etc. Question 76. After Mardia chemical case, the amendment made in the SARFA SE Act stipulates deposit of %% of amount before preferring application to DRT. Option A.25. Option B.50. Option C.60. Option D.75. Answer B.50. Question 77. The bank can seek review of award before. Option A. Deputy Governor of RBI. Option B. Chief Justice of Supreme Court. Option C. Consumer Protection Act, 1986. Option D. None of the above. Answer A. Deputy Governor of RBI. Question 78. What are the prerequisites for formatting a SEC-uritized company? Option A. It must obtain registration certificate from the RBI. Option B. Minimum owned funds of 2 rupees crore. Option C. The maximum amount of owned funds should not excel 15% of total financial assets acquired or to be acquired. Option D. All the above. Answer D. All the above. Question 79. What are the steps an ASP reconstruction company can take? Option A. Proper management of business of the borough. Option B. Sale or lease of a part of whole of business of borrower. Option C. Rescheduling the payment of department. Option D. All the above. Answer D. All the above. Question 80. Which of the following measures the asset reconstruction company cannot undertake? Option A. It can acquire stand-and assets of banks. Option B. It can enforce security interest. Option C. It can settle the dues payable by the borrower. Option D. It can take possession of secured assets. Answer A. It can acquire stand-and assets of banks. Question 81. Exercises the central banking function in India. Option A. State Bank of India. Option B. Central Bank of India. Option C. Reserve Bank of India. Option D. None of these. Answer C. Reserve Bank of India. Question 82. Company matters of a banking company are regulated by. Option A. Reserve Bank. Option B. Authorities under Companies Act. Option C. SEBI. Option D. None of these. Answer B. Authorities under Companies Act. Question 83. Trading in shares and securities by banks is subject to control by. Option A. Controller of capital issues. Option B. SEBI. Option C. Company Law Board. Option D. None of these. Answer B. SEBI. Question 84. Maximum directors of a public limited company can be I. 12, 2. No limit, but if the no goes beyond 12, they have to seek central government permission. Option A. Only, I. Option B. Only, 2. Option C. Either, I, or, 2. Option D. Neither, I, nor, 2. Answer B. Only, 2. Question 85. There are restrictions on cooperative banks on in other cooperative societies under Section 49 of the BR Act. Option A. Holding of shares. Option B. Keeping deposits. Option C. Acquiring any interested. Option D. None of the above. Answer A. Holding of shares. Question 86. What is the object of introducing the Banking Ombudsman Scheme, 2002? Option A. For effective monitoring of NPA accounts in the banks. Option B. It is RBI agency to regulate the disputes amongst the banks. Option C. To enable resolution of complaints relating to banking services. Option D. For executing the orders passed by DRT. Answer C. To enable resolution of complaints relating to banking services. Question 87. Can the Banking Ombudsman undertake any other work than of his office? Option A. Yes, as the appointment of Banking Ombudsman is honorary. Option B. Yes, if RBI permits can undertake honorary work. Option C. No. Option D. Yes, if the Banking Ombudsman can handle both the job's property. Answer B. Yes, if RBI permits can undertake honorary work. Question 88. Central and restrictions on cooperative banks have to submit their returns under Section 31 of BR Act 2. Option A. Reserve Bank and National Bank. Option B. National Bank only. Option C. Reserve Bank only. Option D. None of the above. Answer A. Reserve Bank and National Bank. Question 89. When the rules, framed by the central government, under the Act get validity? Option A. After the Appellate Tribunal of DRT approves them. Option B. On Supreme Court approving the same. Option C. Immediately on framing of the rules by the government and notifying the same. Option D. When both the Houses of Parliament approve the rule so framed. Answer D. When both the Houses of Parliament approve the rule so framed. Question 90. Under Section 23 of the BR Act, without the permission of Reserve Bank, A. can open a new place of business within the area of its operation. Option A. Central Cooperative Bank. Option B. State Cooperative Bank. Option C. Primary Cooperative Bank. Option D. None of the above. Answer A. Central Cooperative Bank. Question 91. Cooperative banks have to prepare their balance sheet and profit and loss account in the form set out in the third Schedule 2. Option A. Banking Regulation Act. Option B. Reserve Bank of India Act. Option C. State Cooperative Society Act. Option D. None of the above. Answer A. Banking Regulation Act. Question 92. Whether movable securities in possession of the bank can be sold by the bank without intervention of the court. Option A. No, the court order is required to sell the security. Option B. Yes, bank can sell as provided in the Contract Act, 1872. Option C. Yes, as the SARFA-SE Act, 2002 has made provisions to that effect. Option D. No, till the account is not declared as NPA by the bank. Answer B. Yes, bank can sell as provided in the Contract Act, 1872. Question 93. As per the laws existing today, the mortgaged security cannot be sold without court intervention. Is this correct? Option A. Yes, court intervention is required as per the provisions of the Transfer of Properties Act. Option B. No, SARFA-SE Act, 2002 has now made enabling provisions. Option C. Yes, since the Contract Act has made no provision about any court intervention. Option D. No, due to recent amendments in the Transfer of Property Act, no court intervention is required. Answer B. No, SARFA-SE Act, 2002 has now made enabling provisions. Question 94. The features of the award awarded by Banking Ombudsman are: Option A. It is binding on the banks. Option B. It is not binding on the complaints unless B accepts it. Option C. The complaint is free to seek alternative remedies available under general law. Option D. All the above. Answer D. All the above. Question 95. The most important characteristic of pledge is: of goods. Option A. Assignment. Option B. Lien. Option C. Possession. Option D. None of these. Answer C. Possession. Question 96. Hypothecation is an implied. In cases where constructive possession of goods is given. Option A. Lien. Option B. Pledge. Option C. Assignment. Option D. None of these. Answer B. Pledge. Question 97. Individual borrowers are governed by the: Option A. RBI Act. Option B. BR Act. Option C. Indian Contract Act. Option D. None of these. Answer C. Indian Contract Act. Question 98. What is the tenure of Banking Ombudsman? Option A. 1 years. Option B. 3 years. Option C. 5 years. Option D. No such time limit. Answer C. 5 years. Question 99. What is the provisions of remuneration of the Banking Ombudsman? Option A. 60 years. Option B. 62 years. Option C. 65 years. Option D. 68 years. Answer C. 65 years. Question 100. What are the provisions of remuneration of the Banking Ombudsman? Option A. He is eligible for remuneration and other perquisites. Option B. This will be determined by the RBI. Option C. This has to be borne by banks proportionately. Option D. All the above. Answer D. All the above.